Thank you. I'm Julie Newman from the Network of Concerned Farmers. What is GM? Why did Monsanto wade about in the factory sludge pond where they produce their chemical to search for a bacteria, to dig out a gene, to ram it into the DNA of a plant, when our weeds are developing resistance, the same trait that GM has, without us even wanting them to? There's one reason, and that is because of the unique patent. Because it was significantly different, it allowed a unique patent over the crop. That means that plant and all its self-replicating progeny has a patent over it. And it's a dominant gene, so that gradually takes over our non-GM plants. If you removed the patent on GM crops, you would remove the drive to force GM on a reluctant population. We've just heard the testing on the food. Monsanto does their own testing. That is what our government relies on. Yes, they did find a problem, but it was ignored because our government supports GM. If you wouldn't mind being quiet, would be really appreciated. Thank you. We'll give you a chance later. But under the patent, there is a contract. Now, what's really important with the contract for any farmer that's growing it is that the crop belongs to Monsanto. The farmer is told how to grow it, what products to use, who to deliver it to, and who to sell it to. Think about it. That is corporate control over the food chain. We're told we're going to have a choice, but what has driven the government to wanting it is because the plant breeders are cutting alliance deals where they want to make money, so your government wants to make money out of this whole deal by forming alliances where the plant breeders get to add Monsanto's gene to every variety produced so that there's no choice. Now they're wanting to head that into wheat. No buyers in the world want GM wheat, but West Australia is going to lead the world and introduce it into our wheat. What the heck is going on? It is because our government has sold farmers out, it's sold consumers out by our plant breeding institutes. So Terry Redmond, exactly right, all of our public plant breeders merged to form a company called Intergrain. And when Terry Redmond said yes to GM crops, $10.5 million was paid by Monsanto into Intergrain, so now they own 19.9% share of that. So they're very much in bed with the public plant breeders. That's the drive. So farmers have been sold out. Monsanto has a stated aim to own a patent over 100% of the seeds grown worldwide. It's 100% of your food. They have a stated aim to own the food supply, and the way they do it is by contracting the farmers so that they get to decide what products to use upstream and downstream from paddock to plate. Monsanto gets to control where your food goes.
No way.
One company. That is why Monsanto has got the reputation for being the most unethical company in the world. GM crops are nothing about feeding the world. They're about feeding a very hungry corporate animal, and that's Monsanto. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie Newman. And just to acknowledge Julie's tireless work in campaigning against commercial GM crops in Western Australia.